What's up, brother? It's your boy, Mike Muse. Welcome to another conversation of the Mike Muse Show, coming to you with a special edition. We are in Los Angeles right now, and it is time for the Academy Awards going to take place tomorrow. Audience, as you know, it is my favorite time of the season. I have three major Super Bowls that I love to cover as a journalist. One is the actual Super Bowl itself, so that's a literal moment. The second is in no specific order. The second is a presidential election. I mean, come on, how special is that to cover that? And then third is the Oscars. As you all know, I love film. I think film holds a mirror up to society and makes us think and reflect on who we are. The power of film is powerful in terms of visualization, for representation, for identity, to really unpack difficult stories that may be hard to do at a brunch or at a dinner or in a classroom or at your job. And so the power of film, it's so moving and compelling. And so tomorrow is going to be the big night to determine who's going to take home those special statues that I've been covering all season. But there's going to be a special man that I am going to be looking forward to seeing and doing his thing on stage and really seeing how he's going to create the atmosphere through music. I had the chance to meet this brother a couple of years ago at the Oscars, and he is such a delight. He is such a joy. He is such a good human being, besides being ridiculously talented and gifted in music. Ladies and gentlemen, the musical director for tomorrow's night's Oscar, Emmy award-winning Rickey Minor. What's up, Rickey?
Man, it's time to get it done now. There's no time like the present. This
Yeah.
moment, this is the moment.
Rickey, how do you feel like leading up to tomorrow's ceremony? Like, is the pressure, is your heart racing? Is your palms sweaty? Is your mind racing? What is it? What's the feels?
I think that anyone in this position knows that it's definitely a pressure cooker, and it's a high pressure because there's so much music and the show is live. So there's no do-over. Can I punch that in or can I fix that? But I think that, like I've been playing music for 51 years, and so I've been doing it for a long time. And I think that experience is a teacher. So the more you know, and then trust, surround yourself by the best people, and they'll show up and they'll show out. And that's the key. Show up and show out. So everyone's coming in with their A game. We have the best players, some of the best players in the world with the orchestra, and the team is strong. And every year we are always looking for ways to be more inclusive in every area. And I think that that's really important, that we get a seat at the table, because for no matter what your job is, if you can see it, you can be it. You understand, oh, that's what it takes? Okay, let me go and I need to do this. I'm coming back. I'll be ready, and that's for every job.
You use the word inclusive. I find that very interesting. How inclusivity is represented through music. Talk to me a little bit more about that. Is it because of the wide breadth of membership in the Academy spans globally? Is it because of the different types of films represent different countries? Is it because of
I
the
think
nominees that are there?
Yeah, well, for me, it's about not only the movies and the actors, that part of it. I have no say so, no control of that. But what I'm looking to do is to give everyone a seat at the table. So I try to rotate the orchestra and add people who may have never done it before. So if they're sitting next to someone who is the concert master, there's a lesson learned. Because for all of us who have made it through pandemic and health scares and these kind of things, for us, there are no losses, only lessons. So what is there?
Inclusivity within the orchestra. I see what you're saying.
The orchestra, that's what I'm talking about. Because I don't have anything to do with the film, but the orchestra is I can bring in someone who is ready, but just needs we don't need a hand out. It's a hand up.
I love that. See, I was thinking when you were saying exclusivity through music, I was thinking about world music and musical selections. That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
and
the players.
No, but you're dead on in the same way.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay, yeah.
the same way. But from my first year that I played, they gave me some room to create this palette that I felt would resonate. And with the team, we have everything from my heroes. I think we talked earlier, like from Quincy Jones. And a lot of people didn't know that Duke Ellington scored a film, and scored films as well. So from that, from Africa, from Spain, from France, from Paris. So there'll be music that, I mean, imagine being at home in Africa and hearing a piece of music that is from your country and watching the Oscars. They're like, that says something that we're all just humans, and
I mean,
trying to kind of figure it all out, and just have to be kind to one another, and really just make sure that whatever you have of value, give it away. A kind word, a hello, a thank you. I mean, anything that's of value, give it away. It comes back.
I think that I love how you're saying give it a value and it comes back, because not only in this award season, but just throughout the last couple of years, what I've been noticing is that music is becoming very centered in film. Music is almost becoming a secondary character versus just this background. So it only makes sense that the way you're thinking about the music and how you're curating the music is such an important integral part of the award ceremony, as it's helping to give it this constitution, this structure, and a way of uniting and creating. I want to know then, like, as you began to think about this award ceremony, like, did you have a thesis that you wanted to work around when it came to how you were thinking about the music and curating the music?
Well, the team started meeting when I got the call in October. So the team started meeting right away, and we're constantly flushing out ideas and switching things in and out. So the show's not locked for me yet, because I'm still playing around with some things that, maybe I have 3 pieces from Africa. Maybe I do 2 so that I can use that one for another continent, another country, or another tone. What is the emotion that you want to hear when someone walks out? You say you have someone that's new and young, then you wouldn't play this big epic play on, because they're so excited and nervous to get to that mic that before you get into the first bit of it, they're like, okay, so hi, I'm, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
So you have to, look at the personalities. So we prepare a lot more than we need.
I mean, I'm just listening to you now. You would have to prepare, because even forget just the presenters that are coming on to the microphone to present, but also too, those who win, who had to come up to the microphone. There's 5 possibilities of 5 different winners.
Yeah. So that's part of it. And
I never thought about that, Rickey. That's kind of insane.
It's over 160 pieces of music in general that we have to prepare to play live and pre-record and mix, and and worry about the sonic part of it, the choir, or if it's a choir, or if it's a dancers of miking the floor for tap dancing. It's so much to do. So this team, I mean, it's huge. I mean, you should see a picture of how many people, because we take our group photo every year. That thing, my mom says it looks like somebody just spilled some paint on a piece of paper. It's so many people,
Yeah, that's
I don't
insane.
even know.
Rick, I want to dive in a little bit more, because I think what you're saying is like, so let's just use random example. Like, let's use like the best actor category, right? You have like John Doe, David Smith. I'm using the most generic name as I can, right? John Doe and David Smith. Do you have music already prepared, like in case John Doe wins or in case David Smith wins?
It's even bigger than that.
What?
The film itself, based on nominations, have more play-ons to prepare, because again, it doesn't matter. Every film that's nominated needs to have a play-on ready. So you can't even think that what it's going to be. So I'm only going to do this one, or these 5, because you're doing these 5, but then you got 5. So you have to do equal for every category, whether they win 1 or 10.
That's nuts. So wait, Talk to me about now. I'm thinking about like three-dimensional chess, because not only do you have to have the music queued up and ready for John Doe David Smith possibilities, and not only do you have to have music that can set, because you keep using the word tone, which I'm really digging and picking up. You have to have a set tone for the room, because how when we're inside the theater, we're experiencing a different way than the way the viewers are experiencing it. So then you also too have to think about the music as a viewer. How do you reconcile that three-dimensional chess dynamic at play?
Well, my I think the first thing I have to do is make sure that I'm happy with it. So that's first, because if I'm not happy with it, then I'm not delivering it authentically. I'm doing it because someone said you should do this or don't do that. So there is a lot of thought that goes into it. I'm thinking about tempo, timing. I'm thinking about the presenters and their energy and their personalities. So when I pick something to play them on with, there's some tongue in cheek in there, where I may have a little insight on why this movie was great for them, and why this music still resonates for them when they think about their career and all that stuff. So we take a dive, and like I said, we meet every week and go through everything. And again, the best idea. I want the best idea doesn't have to come from me. So I want everyone to contribute, because that's when we are our best. When we are collaborative and we listen to each other and we help to identify those moments,
How do you
identify.
think about the pacing, if you will, right? Like I'm thinking about like the beginning, the middle, and the end of the academy of the award ceremony. It could be long, it could be lengthy. You know, are you thinking, let me put high tempo in the middle? Are you thinking, let me start off with the big bang? Like, how
It's
are you
really
thinking
well,
about?
it's really the personalities, because I can't give it like I can't give a big bang. Okay, so say the first year I did it, one of the play-ons was Barbara Streisand. So I'm going to play a big epic sweeping the way we were. That's a clear thing. But then on the other hand, there's someone who's this is their first time presenting at the Oscars, and they're so scared and they're nervous and all things. So we put something that has tempo, that's fun, and get them right to that spot. But we're also looking at now, we're looking at 96 years of music, so there's a rich treasure trove of options that we can take. So I'd like to try to dig back and dig into some of the films that people may have forgotten about or didn't even know about. They didn't know that Duke Ellington scored a film,
I actually didn't know
and
that myself.
well, so there's a movie called Anatomy of a Murder,
Mm.
and I'll play a cue from that, just again. And some of the people who inspired me: Henry Mancini. I mean, the great composers, Ennio Morricone. I mean, I'm looking at all of this treasure trove. It's this, I mean, it's like uh, jumping into a swimming pool of honey. It's just all stuff in there. Just so everything is just so incredible. So every piece, I mean, Duke Ellington, Quincy Jones, Mancini, Morricone. I mean, and our current, there are a lot of people, composers now as well. And so we have some of those things in there but nothing that's nominated. If they have something nominated, then that of course is in there already. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't duplicate someone who's nominated with another piece of theirs generally, because there's you have to make room for other people too.
Ricky, I gotta be honest with you, man. One thing I wasn't expected, when I don't have any questions written, so I just enjoy having a conversation with you. But one thing I wasn't expecting was the intentionality and the care that you take in selecting music to make presenters, the actors, like whoever is going on stage feel comfortable.
Mhm.
That is a big takeaway that I'm taking away from this conversation right now, and I just want to recognize that, and I think that is so beautiful, because what that shows is that you guys are all in concert with each other to make the show great. So if I can help calm your nerves, you're going to do your best as a presenter to help carry and drive the show forward. And so what you are proving is how everyone works in concert with each other in order to make this moment special.
Yeah, and I think, look, hats off to the producers of this show in particular, and all shows, but this show in particular, because it takes a lot of people to really pull this thing together. And you know, I I don't know everything, and I never will, and I'm good with that. But what I do know is that I'm going to really take a good look at what we're putting out there and how it's affecting the audience. And I'll make notes for the next time I do this. If I ever get to do it again, I'm always learning. So I said, if you remain the student, then you can always learn. It's just when you believe that you know everything, then you start stifling your own creativity. So like I said, I'm listening, I'm looking. The team is taking note, they're giving thoughts and recommendations. And then in the end, the producers have to agree to these songs. In general, for me, I can't think of any real pushback I've had in terms of music and songs and what have you, but there has to be trust, or else
Yeah.
you probably hired the wrong person if you don't have that trust.
And music really, is it's very emotional and associates with physiology, right? Like in terms of how we can
It's one of the highest vibrations on the planet. It can change the molecular structure. If you find someone in the hospital and you put on a certain piece of music and it connects with them, there is a shift. There's a shift. Music is healing. It's and it is the vibration of the planet. I mean, everything is related to the sound of the airplane, the sound of the water. I mean, sound is a huge thing, and when you hear someone's voice, I mean, Ray Charles, in my time working with him, he would feel you in the room, and he'd say, "Hey, baby, you know, I don't, Ricky, I didn't say, hey, Ray, this is Ricky, and same thing with Stevie. They don't have you know, they can feel the vibration, they can hear you, but they can remember, I mean, their memory is incredible. And I think the same thing with children. So that's why I think we just need to really show the emotions and take care of our family and our kids and our parents and all things, because
But
that's
music
what's.
therapy is so big, right? It's so important to have the music therapy is a key component to healing, right?
I have mine. I have my playlist that I put on for this, or if I feel like I just want to chill, I got that playlist. I'm a playlist. I love playlists, and that's what I do with the show. I start putting the songs in order, and I start playing with it. And how does this feel coming out of transition to this? Do we need energy here? Oh wait, this is the top of the second hour. Okay, we got to boost a little bit. We got to get some energy in that house because that's going to carry on to all these people at home watching it. So we have to keep them moving and keep them inspired. And I remember first year I played this piece from Africa. I played on Queen Latifah, and afterwards I saw her at the airport. She says, I was gonna have to find you because I need to know what that piece is. That thing was killing. That was so cool, So again, she's a queen. I thought African queen. Let's get it. Let's find something that she would be inspired to walk out and really lift her up.
That makes her like walk a little prouder and taller. Everyone, right? Everyone is nervous. I don't care who you are.
Listen,
you're nervous to do everything. And if they always say, Ricky, if you're not nervous, you're not where you're supposed to be. If you don't, because that means you're not feeling it, right? And so you want to make sure. I just love how, again, I'm coming back to this because I wasn't thinking about the science of it and how much care you're taking into making sure these presenters feel great. I mean, I can't even wait for tomorrow night now to see like what song are you going to open up with. I want to know, and don't tell me, right? But I want to know.
I wouldn't anyway.
Yeah, I know. Like, are you gonna go? I'm wondering, are you gonna go big and thematic,
Yeah.
right? Are you gonna go heart-pumping energy, right? Because Jimmy Kimmel is a different type of host unto itself, right? And so,
Well, I mean, there was a friend of mine
I'm
said to
totally
me,
stoked for tomorrow night now. Like, I legit like.
listen, a friend of mine told me, he said, hey, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
That's what it is. That's what I said. Don't scare, not big enough. That's what it is.
Not
Now, I
big
have
enough.
a question for you. Do you help with the performances, the musical performances as well from the films that are nominated?
In general, yes.
Okay.
Sometimes all five, sometimes a little less, but I'm involved in every every note that comes off that stage.
So, I mean, if you can give me a little bit of insight, when will I Am Ken come on?
I can tell you, it's going to come on right between 3 and 3.5 hours. Right in there. I mean, it's going to be right in there.
Rickey, don't do that to me, baby. We've been talking on ABC all week.
Listen, make sure you don't drink any water or anything, so you don't have to get up and go to the bathroom. Just stay right there, because the commercials are even great. So you
don't do that to me. I want to know, when is I Am Ken come? I'm like, okay, in my mind, don't tell me. Here's how I'm thinking, how you're thinking. And by that, I'm going to be wrong. But I feel you have two options for this. I feel like you have the option to do in the beginning, because it's a big number, it's fun. Nobody's expecting Ryan Gosling to be a singer. Maybe he is, I don't know, but I don't think anyone's expecting him to be a singer. So I just think that it will be so fun, hook the audience in early in the beginning. Or, people like me are highly anticipating this performance. So then do you save it right before you all announce best film? I think that's also too an interesting selection. Do you go on a high note, because you guys made the decision to start the ceremony a little bit earlier tomorrow? So there's still time for people to be in anticipation. So I think those are the only two places that make sense. And I think
the best thing to, so that you don't miss anything, is just record it and watch it over and over and over again. Then you'll know.
Rickey, I thought we were friends, bro. We're twinning. We're both bald heads.
Here's the thing. Good friends do good business. Did I just mic drop? Boom.
Mic drop. That's it. Look, I think that's the best way to end this conversation now. Audience, I'm going to take a bet.
While we're still friends.
While we're still friends. Okay,
Right.
Audience, I'm going to do a bet with you. Let me know. Hit me up at I Am Mike Muse, MUSSME. Tweet me, shoot me a note on Instagram in the DMs. Let me know when you think this I Am Ken is going to go. Is it going to go in the beginning or in the end? After talking out, I think it's going to go towards the end. That's what I'm thinking. So, audience, you let me know. What are you thinking? And then we'll go from there. Rickey, I am so proud of you. I think you're brilliant. This is our first time having an official interview, although we've talked before. I just think that the gift of music that is inside of you, and your ability to moderate it into the world, is so beautiful. I understand now even more so why you are so successful. It goes beyond just your musical understanding and gifts, but it is the care that you take not only in the music, but in how it's being received. I always think about art, that we're just custodians of art. We don't own it. We're just maintaining it while we're here. And I just think you're just such a great custodian of art and culture. And I'm so proud of you, for a Black man to be at this space and in this place thinking about inclusivity, and African music for a queen. That just made my night, buddy. So proud of you, Rickey.
Well, thank you, man. It doesn't fall short on me too, because I understand not only who I am, but I understand my purpose, and I understand the responsibility that goes with it. And so anyone that knows me knows that I want the best. I want the best in everybody. I want them to be able to contribute at the highest level. And so in that way, we have something that is really unique, where everyone feels and understands that they are a part of something bigger than all of us.
Yeah, I love that.
And I always open the day when I first sit with the orchestra or any performers, and I say, you can always make more money, but you can't get more time. So your time is valuable to me here in this room, and the work that we do is important.
Yeah. What a beautiful way to end. Rickey, I will see you tomorrow night. Congratulations.
I'll see you tomorrow night. Hey, I'll give you the...
That's awesome. Love you, Rickey Minor.
Peace out, bro.
Bye.